Hi, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to Stoner Podcast. Hope everyone is having a lovely Wednesday. Today, I will be discussing the Idaho 4 case. I am going to continue on my live dig discussion into Hannah Cleare's and Hudson Lindow's murders. If you look at the title of this video, it is titled Idaho 4 plus Hannah Cleere plus Hudson Lindow. So on my last live stream, we took a deep dive into Hannah Cleare's and her cause of death. Today, we also looked into Hudson Lindow very briefly. Today, I want to look into more footage of their unalivings. So we're going to start with this short 8-minute clip. This was on YouTube. And let me go ahead and share my screen with you guys. Welcome in. Thank you for joining, everyone. Thank you. Okay, so let's share my screen here. And I am going to play this. This is 8 minutes long. This was a press release about the Idaho 4 case. And I think there's some information that was on this press release in December that is important for us to rehash, so to speak, okay? I'm going to play this and then we're going to talk about it, okay? Thank you. Thank you for joining my live today. I want to discuss Idaho 4. We are in pursuit of justice for the 4 that were unalived, the 4 students that were unalived. And I am now going to look into Hannah Cleare's and Hudson Lindow's unalivings as well. They all are in Idaho, okay? So I am going to play the short clip. It's 8 minutes long. 8 minutes long. It's 8 minutes long. And hey, yo, let's go.
The other video, I stopped here. Okay. Detectives are, so we're at the second paragraph from the bottom. Press release, 12:10. I don't know how my phone is on Do Not Disturb, but yeah, I continue to get disturbed all throughout the day with text messages and everything else. So nevertheless, detectives are also seeking additional tips and surveillance video of any unusual behavior on the night of November 12th into the early hours of November 13th, while Kaylee and Madison were in downtown Moscow, and while Ethan and Xana were at the Sigma Chai House. Anyone who observed unusual behavior near these areas or has video surveillance is asked to submit their tips. Investigators have looked extensively into information received about Kaylee having a stalker. They have pursued hundreds of pieces of information related to this topic, but have not verified or identified a stalker. Anyone with information about potential, I don't even know if I should be saying that word on here, so I'm going to skip it this time, or unusual instances is asked to contact the tip line. At this time in the investigation, detectives do not believe the following are involved in this crime. 2 surviving roommates, male.
This is the part where I want to pause, okay? So December 10th, right? About a month later, after the murders. A month after the murders, we are now, there's a press release stating that, okay, here is all that were cleared. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to be as clear as possible. Here's all that was cleared. Okay.
And the grub. Let me plug in my crime. 2 surviving roommates.
2 surviving roommates cleared. Okay. Next.
Male and grub. Let me plug in my phone. Okay. Mail and grub truck surveillance video.
The mail in the grub truck. This is Jack Showalter, cleared. All right, so that's Bethany, Dylan, Jack Showalter, cleared. Based on this press release from the Idaho State, I'm sorry, let's see if it's Idaho or if it's
private party.
1 second, let me double check who released this because I want to be accurate. This was released by Moscow, Idaho Police Department. Okay. Again, Dylan, Bethany cleared. Jack Showalter cleared. Let's continue.
Driver who took Kaylee and Madison home on November 13th.
The driver who took Kaylee and Madison home, which is Eric Gower, cleared. Okay, we're going to continue.
Male Kaylee and Madison called numerous times during the early morning hours of November 13th.
Jack Decor, cleared. He was the male that was identified, that Kaylee contacted, had a 17-minute phone call with Jack Decor around 2:50. It's not verbatim, around 2:50-ish. There was a 17-minute FaceTime call that Jack Decor is unaware of. He does not remember. When he was asked the following day, he was interviewed, what was the 17-minute call about? He does not recall. But he was cleared a month later, according to this press release.
Any individual at the residence when 911 was called, or the individual on the lease.
Any individuals that were at the residence when 911 was called, which includes Hunter, Emily, Josie, Lyndon. Who else was there? Well, Dylan is already in the first category, right? She's already cleared. So I'm just like, did all of these did all of these just get some type of deals? That's a lot of people being cleared. This is a mighty lot of people being cleared within the month. Let's continue.
Who moved out of the residence before the school year started.
Oh, wait, let's not forget.
Of the residence before the school year started.
And let's not forget the 6th roommate that moved out was also cleared. Let's go back.
Who moved out of the residence before the school year started.
Okay.
And was not present at the time of the incident. Okay. Additional information related to the investigation. Currently, no suspects are in custody and no weapon has been located. On the night of the incident, officers
currently, listen to what this says too. I'm playing this so I don't have to read it. It's just a lot easier. And she's doing a phenomenal job. By the way, I tried Googling this document. I couldn't find it. Paradox, I will link her in the description box. She's doing a phenomenal job reading this out for us.
Located the dog at the residence. The dog was unharmed, turned over to animal services, and later located. On the night of the incident, officers located the dog at the residence. The dog was unharmed, turned over to animal services, and later released to a responsible party.
They're saying Murphy was turned into animal services and later released to a responsible party.
Local businesses were contacted to
we know the truth. We already know that he was taken from the shelter. I haven't discussed that yet, those findings yet, but we already know that he was taken from the shelter. He wasn't released. He wasn't properly released. This is insane because I'm a dog person. Like my dogs are like my children. All right. And hearing this, it pissed me off. But let's continue.
Determine if a fixed blade knife had recently had been recently purchased. Detectives seized the contents of 3 dumpsters on King Road to locate possible evidence. Governor Brad Little directed up to $1 million in state emergency funds for
Up to 1 million. Up to 1 million. Okay. Again, you're not going to come into my chat with, no, watch your language when you come into my chat because you will get banned. Simple as that. It only takes 2 clicks, honestly. You're not wasting me any time.
the ongoing investigation. Throughout the investigation, detectives have collected more than 2,770 calls.
Let's go back to the $1 million part. Hang on.
Have collected more than 2,770 calls. That's just over 1,000 emails. Little directed up to $1 million in state emergency funds for
1 million. $1 million state emergency funds. Could you believe? This is let me just continue.
The ongoing investigation. Throughout the investigation, detectives have collected more than 2,770 calls. That's just over 1,000 emails. Okay, you can read that on your own. Then they say approximately 4,000 crime scene photographs taken and multiple 3-dimensional scans of the residence. On November 29th, as part of an ongoing investigation, an original search warrant, detectives relocated 5 vehicles from within the police perimeter to a more secure long-term storage location to continue processing evidence. Idaho.
This place they were moved to was an open space. It was an open space.
Idaho State Police, Forensic Services, Crime Lab scientists have worked on this case for weeks and have provided testing and analysis. I'm sorry, because this is so small. As they compete, where did I go? Analysis results to detectives. As they complete additional tests, those results will also be provided. To protect the investigation's integrity,
it says the results will be provided. The results to the test from the vehicle, because
provided to protect the
hold on.
Analysis results to detectives. As they complete additional tests, those results will also be provided.
As they complete additional tests, those results will also be provided. I have not seen any test related to any evidence inside these vehicles, these 5 vehicles.
To protect the investigation's integrity, specific results will not be released. As detectives move forward with the homicide investigation, a private security company has been contracted to provide scene security to free up patrol resources. The scene remains under police control. Detectives are aware of a 6th person listed on the lease at the residence. They have spoken to this individual,
which is Ashlyn Couch,
and confirmed they moved out prior to the start of the school year and was not present at the time.
So according to this, they're aware there is another resident that's on the lease, and she moved out prior to the school year.
Present at the time of the incident.
She wasn't present at the time of the incident.
Detectives do not believe this person has any involvement in the murders.
Okay, this is they repeat what they said up above. So they're repeating this for whatever reason. They just repeated what they stated.
Rumor control. There has been extensive media interest regarding an incident at Taylor Avenue in Banfield on November 13, 2022 at 3:01 a.m. This incident was an alcohol offense, which was...
Okay, boom. Where we need to where we need to go to, right? Now, there's rumors. Remember, the cop said, listen to the cop when they interviewed the girls, Emily. I remember the cop said, well, just pay attention to the rumors. And if you hear anything, come back and tell us. The cops telling Emily Allant, if she hears anything, to let them know. They're interested in the rumors. So there were rumors that at 3 a.m.
was addressed by the on-scene
on Taylor
on
Ave,
November 13, 2022 at 3:01 a.m. This incident was an alcohol offense,
right? So 3:01 a.m. there was an alcohol offense on Taylor Ave. All right. Let's continue.
which was addressed by the on-scene officer. This call is not related to the murder investigations.
So this is yet another group of people that are now cleared. This is what we're hearing. They're cleared, right?
For further details regarding this incident, Moscow Police Department public records request can be submitted referencing incident number 22MO9896. We have not changed our belief that the murders were a targeted attack. However, investigators have not concluded if the target was the residence or its occupants. And keep in mind, I don't know, to me, that's one and the same. The occupants were all female. Okay, that's that's very telling. Okay.
Well, except for Ethan. But Ethan was technically Ethan didn't live there. He was just there all the time, though.
So to me, that's one and the same, residents and occupants. Unless you're saying, like, if a house, somebody's going to go into a house to actually, try to steal things or what have you, right? They're just on that type of rampage. But anyway, let me continue because I want to wrap this up in one video. Okay, where am I? We have not. Okay, there we go. There have been media questions about September 12, 2022 incident regarding an argument between a group of people walking on the University of Idaho bike path and
okay, this is something else I wanted to get to, you guys. Let me go back and replay it.
Cyclist path and a cycle between a group of people walking on the University of Idaho bike path and a cyclist. It was reported that during the confrontation, the cyclist displayed a folding knife. Both parties dispersed and there were no injuries. The cyclist returned. The cyclist turned himself into the police. The case was investigated and misdemeanor charges were referred to the Moscow City Attorney's Office. There is no connection between the individual involved in this incident and the current murder investigations.
Okay, so according to this, the cyclist was also cleared and looked at. That incident was from September, just a couple months prior to their unalivings. Let's continue.
There have been media questions regarding a February 22 death on Baker. The Lata, or I don't know how you pronounce that exactly. Lata, regarding a February 22 death. Current murder investigations. There have been media questions regarding a February 22 death on Baker. The Lata, or I don't know how you pronounce that exactly. County Coroner's Office has confirmed the death was due to an overdose. This case is not related to the ongoing murder investigation. There have been.
That is Hannah Cleere. So Moscow is saying that her death in February was not related to the Idaho 4. Cleared. Within a month. Look at everything cleared within a month. Cleared. I mean, they're doing amazing, right? They even got $1 million funded. They were funded by the state for this investigation, and within the month, Wow, amazing job. Amazing.
Online reports of a red Mustang on South Deacon being processed as part of the murder investigation. This information is not accurate and the vehicle is not connected to this incident. The identity of the 911 caller has not been released. There have been numerous media inquiries about a 1999 double stabbing in Pullman, Washington, and the 2021 double stabbing with one death in Salem, Oregon. While these cases share similarities with the King Street homicides, there does not appear to be any evidence to support the cases are related.
Okay, so 99, I mean, that's quite believable, right? That didn't happen within 2 months of the unalivings, right? This is 99. Like, this is more believable to me than any of the others that have been cleared, in my opinion.
Detectives are aware of the Latah County Sheriff's Office incident of the report of a skinned dog, but do not.
I wanted to discuss this as well. Skinned dog. That's what we've been looking into as well, right? Pets. I'm seeing pets in these footages, so this sparked my interest.
Believe there is any evidence to support it is related of a skinned dog, but do not believe there is any evidence to support.
You know what's interesting to me? Reading each and every bulletin in this press release. This one incident about these skinned dogs, the word "we believe." This is the only incident where Moscow is saying "we believe." I think they're covering their asses. I think they're covering their asses because they're not 100% sure. They're not.
Or it is related to this incident. Contact Latah County Sheriff. Is any evidence to support it is related to this incident.
Again,
contact Sheriff's Office incident of the report of a skinned dog, but do not believe there is any evidence to support it is related to this incident. Contact Latah County Sheriff's Office for further details. Detectives are also aware of a Moscow police incident of the report of deceased animals left on the resident's property. This was determined to be wildlife activity and not related to the murders. Online reports of victims being tied and gagged are not accurate.
There's reports of the victims being tied and gagged, and there was reports of unalived animals found in these residents' homes, but not at all tied to these unalivings. Not at all, right?
The Moscow Police Department thanks you for the community's continued support. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Press releases are located on the City of Moscow website. All right. So that's what we have there. I don't know why this was taken down before. So I just wanted to watch what I said in this video, even though I had some commentary for it.
Thank you so much, Paradox. Go check her out.
But I'll let that alone.
Thank you so much. Go check her out. I mean, rather than dig through the website for that, I preferred to just play that for us. So those are very important details in this case, and I wanted to make sure that not that I read it, but that I played that for you guys so that, we know for sure. The problem here is that we just don't believe. We don't believe what's being told to us. We don't believe what's being fed to us. That's the issue here. Yes, we're aware that all of the jacks were cleared. We are aware that all of them were cleared. However, we just don't believe, and we are conducting our own independent investigation to try to uncover some clues as to what happened to the four. We don't believe that Brian Kohlberger committed these crimes. And now there's other victims in Idaho that I want to talk about Hannah Gwen Cleere being one of them. I'm going to go to my TikTok because I posted a TikTok about Hannah Cleere and I received a response claiming to be Hannah's brother. Claiming to be Hannah's brother. So I am going to review that with you guys. Let me share my screen. Again, thank you for joining my live stream. Hit that like button, subscribe, and thank you for watching. If you like this content or the stories I share, make sure you share them with your friends. Tell a friend, you know? Okay, so here's my TikTok page, right? And I posted Hannah's story on here, right? And um, here it is. And I received let's just play it real quick. For those
Come up.
for those that weren't on the live, I'll just play it. Could you imagine? Could you imagine who did this? More people need to be talking about Hannah Cleere. Thank you. Thank you for joining. I like that. What is this picture? This picture. Yes, yes, yes. I'm discussing Hannah Cleere. Because she came up, I don't know, she came up on a TikTok or something. And yesterday, if you go back to the live I was doing yesterday about the grub truck, someone said that there's people related to Hannah Cleere that were at the grub truck. Okay. And I'm like, you know what? Then I need to educate myself on Hannah Cleere. Who that? Da da da. Let me get
Why it's there.
okay. Then I received comments. Go through my saved and reposted. You will find info on Hannah Cleere. She was Maddie Mogan's roommate before Kaylee Goncalves or Dylan Mortensen moved into the 112 house. So you're meaning to tell me that Hannah lived at 1122? Chad, help me out with that. Is this confirmed? Jules, what's up, hun? Hi, how are you? Yes. Is this, I would like to know, honestly, is this confirmed that she lived there? Because that's news to me. Next, she goes, and yes, there are people at the grub truck that knew her, and some could definitely be related if they are identified correctly. Hannah Cleere was the girl that people commented on their Instagrams and other social media accounts about them being a bully to her. Her relatives, some are quite vocal. I'll see if I can get that time on that photo for you. She got me the photo. Amazing. Thank you so much for this. And this is, remember, we were like, we're trying to zoom in. We couldn't zoom in. Here's the post, you guys. And it's right there. There's the receipt. November 11th. This was posted November 11th, you guys. But not the time though. It doesn't give the time. It doesn't give the time, November 11th, okay? Now, then she goes, then I receive a message. My condolences, you guys, to her brother. Secret squirrel. Allegedly, I don't know. I don't know how to vet people. Like, how do you even do that? Like, honestly, I know you're not supposed to believe everything, on the internet, but like, how do I even vet his story? Well, this is him. And he wrote back and he said, excuse me. And I'm Hannah's oldest brother. Maddie and Hannah were friends. Maddie helped Hannah find me. Maddie helped Hannah find me. My little brother is in the grub truck video. It's his 2005 Sonata on the CCTV. It was never an Elantra to begin with. You guys, is this for real? Are we being freaking serious right now? Are we being serious? Are we being serious? I said, I'm so sorry for your loss. Thank you for clarifying. I felt bad even asking him anything, but I had to, right? Like, I don't know. Thank you for clarifying because I was seeing screenshots of comments that had been left under Kaylee and Maddie's photos and such that we're not so nice. Like it was a general consensus and Maddie and Kaylee were bullying her, but you're saying that's not your take on it. I honestly, I don't want to know about the bullying. Like we know, come on, we're girls. Like we know. We know how we just can't get along sometimes, right? It just possibly was bullying. Could that have led her to kill herself? No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is I'm not interested in that part of it. I'm not. Um, I'm more interested in the fact that she OD'd and where did she get those drugs from is what I'm interested in. So I didn't receive a response, but everyone tagged him. So it seems like everyone knows apparently that that's her brother, right? Yeah, so all of these people were tagged, I don't know, creators and such. So thank you so much for everyone that's thank you Tamara also for everyone that's responding to this post. I appreciate it. All the information we can get. So as I stated, I'm just more interested in where did she obtain these drugs? They're saying she overdosed. So where did she get these drugs from that she OD'd, right? So yeah. Now I want to switch gears for a second. I want to go into the death of Hudson Lindow because we were going through the footage of the creek. They're saying his body was found in Paradise Creek. And we were reviewing footage and we saw on that video that the creek is not deep enough. The creek was absolutely not deep enough. So I found the video where one of the reporters is actually on the site. And I want to share that with you guys. Let's go there. It's by JLR Investigates. That's the only one I was able to find. This would be under Hudson's playlist. Second. So we're doing Hudson's playlist. Okay. So Yeah, such a cute kid too. What a cute kid. Yeah, let's
Jonathan Lee Rich's
let's look into this. Oh, but it's frozen. That really stinks. That really stinks because we're not able to tell here, right? But let's hear what he has to say about this.
investigates. I am in Moscow, Idaho, covering the tragedy: 4 college students brutally stabbed inside a home during the early morning hours of November 13th, 2022. But I also want to talk about another individual. Right here is the Paradise Creek, and May 1st, 2022, a 19-year-old University of Idaho student, Hudson Lindow, was found dead right here. Right here, May 1st, Sunday. Authorities were called out here about 11:30, 11:28 a.m. And Hudson Lindow was found here, right here. Now, at the time, police said no foul play. But what really happened? Hudson Lindow from Boise was a student. Another student died. Does anyone know about Hudson Lindow out there? I mean, was it just an accident? Did he commit suicide?
That doesn't look deep at all. That does not look deep at all. How do you drown?
Why was he found here along a creek? Right here. This is exactly where he was found. This is called the Paradise Creek. Look up the case. Google it. Hudson Lindow.
Well, what's back there? What
And
what
I
is
will
this?
just take you up.
Well,
I mean, is this a place where somebody would commit suicide?
wait, what are these buildings
Think
here?
somebody put a body down here? You know, other university students involved, other people involved. Just throwing it out there. Throwing it out there. Because here, it's a parking lot. It's a parking lot. I don't know. Did he live nearby?
This is not what I saw on my last live. So, dude, is he sure? I don't know now. How do I believe this guy? I don't know, because I'm going to show you. We're going to go back to that video. This is not the location we saw. Absolutely not.
Hudson Lindow. Following this case, I'm going to look more into it. I'm going to see if I can reach out to some of Hudson Lindow's family. 19-year-old student. He's too young to take your life, right? He was found right here.
19 years old. And he's such a cutie.
By a creek. Paradise Creek. Found right there. And it's, you know, a tragedy when these things happen. 19 years old, you know, had his whole life ahead of him. And if it was suicidal, you know, if you are suffering from depression out there or any type of, you know.
Okay, now we're going to go back. We're going back to the other video because where he's standing is absolutely not what we saw. I didn't see any of those buildings at all. So it was actually in this playlist. Let me go back. It was on Hannah's playlist, and it was posted by this amazing creator, Perplex TC. That's not what we saw in my last live. Screen.
You can upload photos.
Watch this.
Not a numerology expert.
All right, watch this. Again, shout out to Perplexed. Girl, there's nothing perplexed about you. Let me tell you. You know what you're looking at, honestly. So, here we go. Footage, right? That drive. We're gonna take that drive with them, okay? Because that's
All right,
not what
that's
we
the
saw.
creek. How do I know this? Because
Where JLR investigates was standing. No clue. No, unless he's like, I mean, I guess he could be. I guess he could have been like in the wooded areas, maybe. But let's check this. Let's take a ride with this biker. Ready?
Been hanging out a little bit, but went ahead and rigged up my 10-foot 4-weight. Going to make my way down the other end. In case you didn't see the video from yesterday, I'm on this awesome stream in Idaho. It was gifted to me from a stranger on a hike in a different area. So yesterday I fished up that way. It was awesome. Caught the fish right here. Probably start here actually. I'm gonna go down that way today.
It's a little blurry on my end. Do you guys see a blurry chat?
hey, Kurt, you need to get Ryan on this case. This is stranger than Kylie Rodney. No joke. This makes Kylie Rodney's case look easy. There are so many twists and turns in this case. It is insane. Insane. So is this the creek? Oh yeah, Kurt, you have no idea. He's driving to the creek. So he's not at the creek yet.
We know. Wow. You're going down that mountain. Going down that big mountain.
Is this the creek dried up?
No, he's not at the
That's
creek
what
yet.
I'm wondering.
He's not at the creek yet. There's a parking lot. But I don't see any buildings. That's not what I'm seeing. I'm not seeing any buildings. See, I don't know where JLR was. No. I have no clue. where JLR was. That's the creek. There it is. I don't see any buildings around it. So I'm not sure where JLR was, but no. This is very secluded. Super secluded area. There it is. You see that? Like, I mean,
All right, that's the creek. How do I know this?
he could have been somewhere around here where I'm not seeing those buildings, but no, this is it. And we know it's it because watch, look at the map. Let's look at the map. Watch this.
Yeah, this is right across from the campus. Now, is this where those kids got pulled over and they were cutting across? Kind of creek. You wrote in 2013, another 1-3. Friedrich had been attending a frat party and walked nearly 7 miles before falling down into the frozen creek. Toxicology report showed his blood alcohol content was 0.
This happened in 2013 to someone else. Wait a second.
Don't care what anybody says. Numbers in this.
Why
He
is
was found
this
deceased
so
in Paradise
blurry on
Creek
my
this spring.
end? Oh, I apologize, you guys. I'm not sure why.
To clarify facts,
it's
his
so
body
blurry.
was not near 1112 King Street. His location is the house. Red for frat house. Moscow ID, 6 kids dead in 2022. Do better.
Right.
So
Anyway, let's move on, right? Like, let's go on to the next thing. All right, the next thing I want to show you guys, let me go on to Hannah's, let's go to Hannah's playlist here. Okay, let's read this. It says, there's a comment on here. It says, hope hell is treating you nice. LMAO, good riddance. Newsball said, since the cops are saying less than any murder story ever seen, will someone contact us and say how 4 are stabbed to death without fighting, running, or calling 911? How the public isn't in danger with a serial killer on the loose? Seems we have a police department as bad as Uvalde. It is an insult to call murdering 4 people as a crime of passion when the knife wasn't even left and they were targeted. Crime of passion is an excuse. Families, my heart is so broken for these families. Listening to Kaylee's dad and Madison's dad and Ethan's mom last night just broke my heart. So apparently, like, this bully thing is serious, right?
Who was Hannah Cleere? Was one of the 4 Idaho student murder victims a possible bully? Was Hannah Cleere bullied into committing suicide? Online sleuths have independently investigated the Idaho murder case and have devised several theories about why someone would want to kill the 4 victims. A new hypothesis recently circulated on Twitter that one of the victims in an Idaho murder case was a bully, and their actions had caused a former roommate to take her own life. A Twitter user claimed the quadruple homicide is connected to Hannah Cleere, who was supposedly an ex-roommate and shared her dorm room with one of the Idaho victims. As per the claims made in the tweet, they bullied and harassed Cleere, who eventually took her own life on February 24th, 2022.
See, that's not, like, I don't understand how you're gonna come out, and I don't like this. I don't like that this is being put in this light. I mean, like, how are you just, you're giving off the impression that she unalived herself because of the bullying, it's just not, it's not right.
The user wrote, Hannah Cleere took her life in February. She shared a dorm with one of the victims and got bullied. Her birthday, November 15th. Here are some photographs of her and her family. Hannah was a junior at the University of Idaho, where she was majoring in English literature emphasis with a minor in fear. There is not much sympathy. This group of girls that she could have been bullied by them. Dexter Hart on Twitter posted,
Small town, the majority know what direct neighbors drive and their regular visitors. Cars too. Yeah, absolutely. People know something. They just aren't saying. I wonder if the university atmosphere, there is not much sympathy for these 4. Maddie Mogan formalities. This person says, you deserved everything that happened to you, especially after what you did to that poor girl. You elites are all the same. I'll be reserving my spits once they properly bury you. That is so mean. I mean, that's just like so freaking mean. But there's people that are actually mad out there about this. They even posted that photo with Dylan and Maddie on her memorial page. So it's just very suspicious that actual outsiders are commenting and emphasizing the bullying,
after what you did to that poor girl. You elitists are all the same. I am friends.
I Hi, thank you for joining my channel. Hi, Hunter. Hi, Dennis. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Let's continue.
Of one of the surviving.
I am friends of one of the surviving roommates. This is Pam Ledger. Maddie also used to share a dorm with 2 other girls before she moved in that frat house. Anyway, Maddie and this other girl would bully another girl so bad that last year she committed suicide. See what I'm saying? Like, what? What are you talking about, dude? The brother of the girl vowed revenge, no lies. I'm very confused because
roommates.
see there's just conflicting. There's just too much rumors about this. Something's not right, right?
Maddie also used to share a dorm with two.
Something just does not seem right about this to me. Why are there so many people coming out and talking about the bullying? Why is that happening, right? It's not just one person, it's several. So it's like a little alarming to the point where I'm shocked it wasn't investigated further. You know what I mean? So Cal Rao wrote, there was a girl called Hannah who shared a dorm with one of the victims, which we know is Maddie now. According to some students from the university, they bullied Hannah repeatedly until she took her life. This is someone else coming out to say this. So now it's rather, why wasn't this investigated further is my question, right? You have several people saying the same thing. Here's another one. Lucia Caldwell. She's talking about Hannah Cleere. She was a roomie with Maddie. Like, we're hearing the same story repeatedly from different outlets. And the same thing. She was a roomie with Maddie that got bullied and took her own life. You know, this is just crazy. Her birthday was November 15th, 2000. And she passed away February 24th, 2022. Okay, next, let's continue. It's tragic. Their parents raised them to be a group of mean girls well into their adulthood. See what happens when you tease, you know? It's just like many comments like this. It's a little sad. It's sad. Okay. So far everything like I'm looking into in this case regarding Hannah Cleere. Here we go. Now, this I want to play. This is from Huda London. Shout out to Huda. Huda, this was posted a year ago. It says Idaho. Oh, sorry. Let me share my screen. Hey, Amy. God bless. God bless. Thank you for joining. Let me share. Here we go. Now, Huda, like, I love this creator so much, honestly. Like, she can do no wrong. I don't care. I don't care. I love her. So I'm going to play this. Go give her a follow, please. She is Huda London Mental Health and Crime Reacts. The title of this video is Idaho 4 OMG was DM and Hannah Cleere being bullied. Okay, let's check this out. 1 second. Huda, I hope you don't mind me using this.
You can see Maddie and Jake on the profile picture. And I really do not want to read what's written on this text. Use this if you're gay, Jaden.
So what this is, I'm guessing that's a song. Let me Google it. But you know, like on Reels, on Instagram Reels, you can add music. Use this if you're gay. Is that an actual song? Let's see. Let's pull it up and see what it is. Oh, you hear it? Okay, I hear the audio. I'm going to play it so you guys can hear it too. Okay, so this is the audio they used for the reel, okay? Now, again, this is not it's not their audio. This is the audio they used, okay? 1 second. And again, I'm only sharing this so that you can hear. I want you guys to hear the audio, okay? This is the audio that was used. We're going to listen to the audio first, and then we'll go back to Huda's video, okay? So that it'll all make sense. Use this if you're gay, Jaden. It's been used in 22,000 videos.
You fucking asshole! You fucking liar! You fucking manipulator!
Don't wear that outfit again.
I get it basic, every gonna cook a bit, call it down, and they sit on my wrist. They said it was sunny, like give us some cheese. I told them it's fucking, I'm already rich. She didn't ask me if I got a talking for really. I told her I got it, sitting at the beat, cut in the belly. I take blue diamonds.
You fucking asshole, you fucking manipulator. Please do not wear that dress again. Okay? I'm going to stop sharing. Now, I added some context so we can know what the hell they're talking about, okay? There's an audio, Jack Dean say, Jake, don't hurt Murphy. That's what I heard. Vandals killed vandals, cops. What do you mean by vandals, cops, though? Like, I know vandals is the team, but what do you mean by vandals, cops? You mean like campus cops type of deal? Is that what you mean, Amy? Let me know. All right, I'm going to go back to Huda's video, you guys. This was posted a year ago because, like Amy said, Huda's been on this.
Is what's written. And we can see DM is pictured there.
So we already heard what the audio says. It was used for DM's photo. Okay.
Was DM being bullied? She looks very depressed there. It's very concerning. Pay attention to the date. 13 days before the quadruples. This was on Halloween Day.
Pay attention to the days. Pay attention because pay attention to the date because when tragedies like this happens, it's very important what like the timing of everything that's happening. So this is like it looks to be a Halloween costume, right? And Maddie on her Instagram profile posted this. So we're trying to speculate as to why, right?
30th October 2022. This is from Maddie Mogan 8. Use this if you're gay, Jaden. Who is Jaden?
Oh no, use this as if you're gay, Jaden. It's not, Jaden is not a person tied to the case. That is the actual audio clip is use this if you're gay, Jaden. I showed you guys. So another thing I want to point out here is that this received 18,000 likes. That's a lot. 1,300 comments. That's incredible. So the shame, I can't even imagine the shame she must have felt, right? I can't even.
Is Jaden Dylan his real name? Or who is Jaden? What is DM wearing? What is on her legs? Why does she look so depressed? Is she in a bedroom?
Amy said frats killed the kids and cops involved. But what cop was unalived? Which cop was unalived?
Or is this in another property? I believe DM was the last roommate to move in to 1122 Kings Road. Pay attention to DM and Maddie sitting on her lap. Maddie has alcohol beverage and DM has a mouth open. Were they shoving up drinks in DM's mouth?
This is Maddie and DM.
Without her consent? Xana sitting there doing nothing. May they rest in peace. But I am just analyzing and showing you all things that were on the social media of Maddie Morgan. I've showed you plenty of times what was on Xana's TikTok. It was all DM feed.
That's what I just said. It
I
makes
liked
how
it.
she felt. Thank you. Thank
And
you.
why is DM in this position? 18.1K put a heart and liked it. Now imagine how that would make DM feel. If these lights were on inside the house,
You know, someone said something interesting to me. Like this could also be tailored. Like her face could have been swapped as well. The reason I'm saying that is because this, in my opinion, from seeing Maddie's photos, she doesn't have a belly. Maddie doesn't have a little pot belly. When I saw this, I'm like, wait, are we sure this is Maddie? Because Maddie doesn't have no pot belly. You know, like, hold up.
wouldn't DM have seen the suspect properly? She mentioned bushy eyebrows, but never the eye color. It wasn't that dark inside, I would assume. Talking about bullying. Was Hannah Cleere, may she rest in peace, bullied? That was the rumor that was going on. That either Maddie or Kaylee bullied this poor girl until she overdosed of sleeping pills from the counter pill.
Rest in peace to these beautiful girls. Rest in peace. No one deserved this. No one. They didn't deserve this.
Allegedly, until we know the facts, because Hannah's father said that there wasn't any foul play. Why was the body found 3 days later?
So Hannah's father said there wasn't any foul play, and Hannah's brother, which you saw when I started the live, Hannah's brother responded to me and said there wasn't any foul play. No, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna put words. He said Maddie and Hannah were friends, and that Maddie, let me go back because now I'm second guessing myself and I don't want to say things incorrectly. So I'm going to go back to that comment that Hannah's brother left on my video on TikTok. Allegedly, Hannah's brother, it's not confirmed. I'm not sure, can't really say. But what he said was, I am Hannah's oldest brother. Maddie and Hannah were friends. Maddie and Hannah were friends. He said nothing bad about Maddie. He said nothing about the bullying, right? He said they were friends. And he also added that Maddie helped Hannah find him. Maddie helped Hannah find him. My little brother is in the Grub Truck video. He confirms it's his 2005 Sonata. Amy, if you're still here, I'm not sure if you saw this, but I want to share it again because you came in late, and I know you are on this as well, like you're all over this. This comment was left on my TikTok, and I'm not sure if you saw this yet, Amy. He goes, again, I'm Hannah's oldest brother. Maddie and Hannah were friends. Nothing about the bullying. Maddie helped Hannah find me. Maddie helped Hannah find me. My little brother is in the Grub Truck video, he confirms. It's his 2005 Sonata on that CCTV. It was never an Elantra to begin with. Never. Okay? So, let's continue with Huda's video. And then after we're done with Huda's video, I'm not going to play the whole thing. Please go to her channel and check her out. You know, I am going to link her in the description box. After we check this out, we're going to go back to the CCTV footage and see and look at that Sonata. Okay. He said it's a Sonata. It is not an Elantra.
Later, an apartment, and she shared the apartment with either Maddie or Katie. Was Hannah Cleere bullied? Trigger warning. It says Mortensen. The rest is deleted, I guess. And Mortensen took the picture and then deleted it and took it and went private with it. This picture was taken in the Sigma Chi frat house. That is.
Do you guys believe, chat, do you think this is some type of revenge killing? What are your thoughts? Do you think these killings happened, the motive was of revenge because of bullying, hazing? What are your thoughts?
Okay, but so this was on social media. I heard a YouTube creator debunking and saying that it is a fake picture with DM with, you can see what she has in her hand. Now pay attention to her palm and you can see that she has the grip of the weapon in her hand. On the other side, allegedly, they're trying to say DM deleted this picture and put it to private. And she took this picture of the Sigma Chi frat house. This is a cable. Allegedly. This is a picture found on social media.
Now, this right here. So initially it looked like Huda. May have thought that it was Dylan.
They're trying to say.
Right? I don't see Dylan. I see something else. And I wrote a comment. Where's the comments?
That this is DM with the mask. And she's seen with this mask that day. The reason that people are stating it's DM is the lips. DM has actually a parting between her lips. So many people you see with that kind of lips. So it's easy.
You guys, do you see this right here? That looks like a scratch.
to
This looks like a scratch, right? Like a cut. I'm not a scratch, rather a cut. There is a cut on this guy's lips. In fact, to me, this does not look like Dylan, and I'm going to show you who this looks like, okay? Give me 1 second. I'm going to show you who, in my honest opinion, those eyes look like to me. Okay, I'm just pulling up the picture now, and you guys let me know what you think. Okay, I'm gonna try and yeah, here we go. Let's try and zoom in here, and then I'm gonna show you guys who he looked to me. This is who he looks like. Ready? Okay, I'm gonna do it right now. I did the wrong one. Let me do it once again. Ready? So when I look at that photo, this, I see the eyes, I see the lips. Okay. Watch this. I'm going to try and, I wish I could split screen this. Maybe I can. Maybe I can actually like toggle back and forth. I'm trying to like, give you a quick. Actually, I think I know what to do. Okay, got it. I'll stop sharing. I think I got this. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to save this image, save image, right? Perfect. Now let's go back to Huda's video. Check. Right? So we're going to save this image. Then we are going to go back into Huda's video. Okay, there we go. So now we're going to pull up that image that I just saved. Let's pull that up. Desktop. Oh, I got it. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. I got it. Now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share. There we go. I'm getting the hang of this. Where'd it go? Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, it's right here. What if I just give me a break? Okay. 1 second, guys. I'm gonna figure this out. We're going to save this to my Google Drive. Yes. Okay, let's put the photo in my Google Drive. Okay, I'm gonna drop it in here. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it. All right, and boom, my drive. And I'm gonna drop it in here. Boom. Okay, now it's in my drive. Keep both files. Upload. There we go. Oh, Lord, have mercy. That was something else. Okay, here we go now. All right, now that we have it, I can upload it. Yes. Okay, here we go. No, that's not it. For fuck's sakes, bro. Okay. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I'm trying to show you guys this and compare it. So let's see. Stop screen. What is the best way to compare this? What would be the best way to compare these photos? Damn. I'm trying to think. 1 second. I'm trying to think 1 second. How can I do this, right? Okay. How can I compare this? I can't, you know what? I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Let's just continue on with Huda's video because I'll figure out how to like put these pictures side by side in a way so that I can show you my analysis and in my opinion, who I believe to be behind this mask simply by looking at the shape of his eye and the shape of his mouth. Literally, if you put these both images side by side, like if you go back and rewind this stream, screenshot the picture I showed you, then come back here, screenshot this, put them side by side, and literally, these two very similar to even the eyelashes. You see how light he's got, light eyelashes, okay? His slanted eyes, all right? The lip, the way how you see in the center of it, I don't know what this is called, but at the very center of your lip, he has the same exact little, shape, I'd say is the best way I can describe it. Check it out. I'm going to continue on with Huda's video because she is discussing information regarding Hannah Cleere and possible bullying between the Idaho 4 and Dylan and Hannah Cleere. So let's listen.
I really wonder if that could have been DM. The person on the right-hand side with the mask was seen outside 1122 Kings Road. This was stated in the beginning. A picture was taken. Was DM being bullied? Does anyone know who this young man is? Could this be Adam Lauder?
I'm not sure, but I'm glad she posted this photo because in this photo, you can see Murphy. Look at how long Murphy's ears are. Do you see Murphy? Murphy's ears. All of his photos I say pre-Idaho 4, so to speak, or like prior to Kaylee's passing, Murphy had these long ears, right? He has a short little snout. Look at him. All right. Now
Because
this here again, if you put this side by side to the post Murphy, you are going to notice some differences. It's going to make you question whether or not the Murphy that is being showed to us is in fact the same Murphy. It's very questionable.
Murphy looks very comfortable with him. And the reason that I'm asking is who.
That is a great observation by Huda. Great, excellent observation. He looks super comfortable with him.
Whoever is holding this dog, if it's Adam Lauder, it would have been very easy for them to have kept Murphy, the dog, under control while the quadruples were actually happening. Somebody knew this house in and out, and somebody knew how to keep Murphy quiet.
Another observation I want to make here is that notice how Murphy has a harness, one of those chest harness, rather than, I don't know if Kaylee preferred these over just a simple collar. I prefer these a lot because it secures them really good when you're walking them. You can actually, you have a good grip. So I'm curious as to that.
Is this the reason they demolished the house? Because literally everyone in the campus has been inside the house. Where are the 3 unidentified male DNAs? What did Maddie tell?
I think what's the most ridiculous out of this case is that there's an identified DNA that we may never know who it belongs to, yet the DNA that they stuck to was the DNA, the touch DNA on the button, whatever, on the sheath, which I believe is pure bullshit, truly pure bullshit. So they're stuck on that. They didn't gather enough DNA for unalivings, for brutal unalivings. They did not gather enough DNA that they had to create a whole family tree. They had to create a whole ass family tree. They had to create a whole ass family tree because they weren't able to identify these other male DNAs or whatever that were found. This is like the most sickest story. I swear we just can't let it go. We can't. This can literally happen to anyone. It can happen to your brother. It can happen to your father. It can happen to your son. It can happen to your uncle. It can happen to your nephews. It can happen to your cousins. Placing DNA, placing corruption, total absolute corruption. They created a whole ass tree to get to Brian Kohlberger, allegedly.
Adam. And why was John, Jack, Rogers, Showalter
You know what I've been thinking about? Sorry that I keep pausing. You know what I've been thinking about lately? That Costco trip Kohlberger took. Maybe we should go there after this, maybe. But that trip that Kohlberger took, there's a lot of strange things going on in that footage. I've been looking at it nonstop. It looks like people were sent there. It looks like Kohlberger was being followed. I wonder if he was being followed for his DNA.
threatening Maddie by saying, "You know we're going to get you for that, Maddie." What was actually happening? Could have
I heard that too, Amy. It says Rosie, he is one of the police officers, had the same dog and bred them. I heard that also. And how easily could it be to just swap them? And we later hear after discovery, I think Lana FOIA'd where the shelter. I'm sorry, FOIA the police department, obviously, but she was able to gather information related to where Murphy was staying, and they came. I should go there too. See, it's like there's so many things I want to discuss with you guys, right? I want to discuss that part of it too. I want to discuss that someone took Murphy. Someone took Murphy from the shelter, and the the worker at the shelter was unaware. She was ready to do a search rescue mission. She was ready to start a search rescue mission for Murphy. She had no idea. But see, I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid. I have dogs. And where they stay is it's surveilled. There's cameras everywhere. When I go on a trip and leave my dogs, there's cameras everywhere. You can't just walk in and remove the dog. It's absolutely unheard of. It's unheard of. There's footage. There has to be footage out there of whoever removed Murphy from that shelter. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. And that's fucking crazy that there's not. I'm just amazed.
could this have been
Like corruption in every level. Even with the pup, like even with an animal, animal, you know? Oh my God, this is making me so sad. All right, continue.
all because of the bullying in the house? Pay attention to this picture once again. This is not normal behavior. This was on Halloween, 13 days. I repeat, 13 days before the quadruples. What was going on in this house? Could Dylan have been fed up of what was going on? Was Dylan being bullied? And this is the second case of bullying.
I love Huda. She's like so passionate about this case. I can appreciate that. That is what's lacking in I hate going there, but that's what's lacking in this world. Empathy. True authenticity and empathy.
We have the young girl, Hannah Cleere, who unalived herself, and the poor girl was found 3 days later. How come?
Dude, that's one thing that I'm like, no, I couldn't believe it. No, I couldn't believe it. Honestly, did these girls know? Did everyone know about Hannah and no one said anything? Because that's true. She was found days later. How sad is that? How sad is that? You know, you send your kid off to college, right? And I mean, it happens. It happens that sometimes you can't reach your kid for a few hours a day, a weekend maybe. You know, you send a message to your kid on Friday, hey, have a great weekend, you know, thinking everything is fine. And you don't hear until 3 days later what happened to your kid.
Nobody noticed
What is this? What is this?
that. What was actually going on? Maddie Morgan, Xana Conodle, and Ethan Chapin were all three at the party in Sigma Chi the day Hudson Lindow was found in the Paradise Creek.
Okay, let's rewind because Huda says something that links these murders. 1 second.
Hudson Lindow was found. Maddie Morgan, Xana Conodle, and Ethan Chapin were all three at the party in Sigma Chi the day Hudson Lindow was found in the Paradise Creek.
How can we prove this? If this is true, how can we prove this? How can we prove that Maddie, Xana, and Ethan were at the fraternity on this day that Lindor passed? How can we prove this?
Isn't it kind of...
And it just makes it goes back to what Kaylee and Maddie were talking about on that night they were unalived. We hear audio. We hear Maddie say, I told Adam everything. I told Adam everything, Maddie says. And Jack Showalter responds and said, they're going to get you for this. They're going to get you for this, Maddie. So what did Maddie know? We still don't know. We still don't know what Maddie knew and what Maddie told Adam. She would be alive shortly after that statement. Literally, shortly after that statement. So what did Maddie know? What did she take? What did they all take with them to their grave? This is what we're all trying to find out, right? Because they still have not received the proper justice, in my opinion.
So strange that two unalivings, wow, are connected to the Sigma Chi. Wow. The first one was Hudson Lindow. He was at the Sigma Chi or Sigma Chi fraternity party. May he rest in peace. And then on the 13th of November 2022, we lost 4 more victims. And guess what? Strangely enough, there was another Sigma Chi fraternity party where we heard that Xana and Ethan were in a fight with the Davids. What a coincidence. I ain't accusing anyone. I'm pointing out what I clearly see in this case.
Okay, this is all speculation. Who does the opinion? Everyone is entitled to their own opinion as to what happens. Amy says, I think I wrote you in comments. Hudson was with them the night he passed. Xana, Maddie, and Jack Showalter. When Adam was interviewed, did they ask him? No. Jules. Adam? I gotta listen to it, Jules. Dead don't speak, rage, revenge, betrayal, cheating, lies, low-level drugs, landlord, all intertwined. Okay, so I'm gonna go over to the footage, TV footage, where Maddie tells Adam, Maddie says, I told Adam everything. Okay, let's go there. Okay, we're going to get this from Law and Crime Network. Okay, thank you guys for joining. I appreciate it. Amy, Tommy Jude, I never had the pleasure. I never had the pleasure of actually watching him or anything like that. And when I saw the video you sent me, I was like, man, he was on the right track. Right? Okay, so we're going to stop sharing and we're going to share that video of shortly before her passing, right? So shortly before her passing, you guys, right?
As an unseen piece of video of Kaylee Gonsalves and Maddie Mogan in the hours before they were murdered comes to light. What could it mean for the case? Newly released surveillance video shows Kaylee Gonsalves and Maddie Mogan in the hours before they were murdered, and they're with a man who's been heavily scrutinized online. I'm Anjanette Levy, and welcome to Law and Crime's Sidebar podcast. This piece of surveillance video is from the early morning hours of November 13th, and it shows Kaylee and Maddie walking down the street with a man who's come to be known as Hoodie Guy, and he has been heavily scrutinized online, despite the police saying that this guy is not part of the murder investigation. They don't believe he is involved. This piece of video was released by a Facebook group, first to Fox News Digital and later to News Nation. We have requested the video from the Facebook group, and so far they have not released it to us. So let's take a look at this video clip that also has audio of Kaylee and Maddie talking.
What did you say to Adam? I told Adam everything.
We're going to slow that down, right? Because you know we have to. We got to, baby. We got to slow it down. Because we want to catch everything. All right, so let's do it. Now I'm going to be pausing this. Sorry for those that hate it. Trying to catch everything here. So we see a vehicle here. Appears to be white. Black here, right? Kaylee, Maddie, and Jack Showalter, right? I see one shadow, two shadow, a third shadow. Okay, let's play it. She said, Kaylee says, Maddie, what did you tell Adam?
I told Adam everything.
Maddie responds, I told Adam everything. And can I be frank with you guys that when I hear this, you can go back and listen to it on your own. When I hear that response, I told Adam everything, that voice sounds like Dylan to me. It sounds like Dylan's voice. Does Maddie and Dylan sound alike? I'm just curious. Okay, let's do it again.
This is what
What did you say to Adam?
What did you say to Adam?
I told Adam everything.
I told Adam everything. What did you say to Adam? I told Adam everything. Notice how they cut it off before someone says, we're going to get you for this, Maddie. Notice how they clip that part off. I hate that because be transparent. Be transparent. If you're going to put something out, put it all out.
This is what Kaylee Gonsalves's father, Steve, had to say to Fox News about the audio and the video clip.
That film, to the family, we've had that film for a while. I believe the business reached out to us directly. And after they had given it to the police, so it was kind of comforting to us because it's just two girls having a good time talking about,
No, Steve, no. To me, it sounds like Kaylee is anxious. Kaylee is anxious and she's literally saying, Maddie, what did you tell Adam? So no, it's not what you see. I'm sorry, respectfully.
asking about their bartender and just being girls on their way to the grub truck.
They weren't asking about Adam. No, they were not asking about the bartender, Steve. Listen to what your daughter just said. She said, Maddie, what did you tell Adam?
Steve Gonsalves told Fox News that Adam is the bartender that the girls were talking to that night, and he is not part of the murder investigation. He's not a suspect. And joining me to discuss this new piece of video and the other development.
Okay. Yo, Amy, I didn't know that. Thank you for that tip. I didn't know the Charlie tip, so thank you. Oh, is that right?
Just because they were standing nearby. This shows that he was with them prior to arriving at the food truck, and he was standing around them at the food truck. He was with them. It appears they left the bar together. So for him to receive so much scrutiny online, I think is wrong as this investigation proceeds. And, other people have suffered from this as well, this type of scrutiny. We have this bartender, I guess. The father says Adam is from this as well. This type.
I'm sorry, but Jack Showalter walked them right into the lion's den. He led them right into the lion's den, in my opinion. In my opinion only, I think Jack Showalter led these girls into the lion's den. Adam's telling lots of clues. We know now 3 years later, but in my opinion, so many answers in the beginning. Adam did not work that night. He was just there. Adam is from Canada. Why ISP narcotics detectives interviewed? Oh, does Connor have that interview, Amy? Then, okay,
type
so
of scrutiny.
It always leads you back to the grub truck, doesn't it?
We have this bartender who's out of their last night alive, and it could mean
White Elantra. It's not a white Elantra. Even Hannah Cleare's brother said it was a Sonata. Literally. Let's see what this guy says.
Towns looking for surveillance footage. Does that lead you to believe they think there was a path of exit to the east of Moscow, that they've been able to piece together which direction this car likely headed after leaving?
Well, law enforcement has used some particular words that I noticed. One was a pattern. They specifically said they've seen a pattern. That really stuck out to me because that means that perhaps they've seen this white Elantra previously and not particularly associated with the dates that are in question, but previously, and they've cops.
My gut is coming and going. When you watch a neighborhood for a certain amount of time, you're going to see people in their regular routines, and possibly the Hyundai is seen before the homicides and during, but not after. So do you think there's other footage they have that they just haven't released showing the Hyundai?
Footage is quite important, and maybe that was really the genesis of why now, through FBI analytical work on the video imaging of that,
It's just how dumb do they think Brian Kohlberger is? How stupid do they believe Brian Kohlberger is that drove his car to the murders and drove away like nothing? Well, let me just drive away. Here, I think they even included the footage here for us, just so that we know.
She couldn't tell if it was white. She saw that it was a light colored car. That was what she told me. And she said it was just kind of driving by. It was.
How do you identify a murderer with this? Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me right now? You're going to identify the person that, how do you identify? How was Brian Kohlberger identified with just this? I just can't. Like, this shit pisses me off.
Wasn't moving fast. She told me. She said it just kind of drove by. So she said the FBI was going to work on that video with the tools that they have. So I'll be interested.
That just pissed me off. But you know where we're going to go before I forget? Here, we're going to go to the Costco footage because I want to show you guys something real quick. Because honestly, Brian Kohlberger looks like he's being followed, and I think he may have felt it. He may have felt it. Watch it. Watch. Not watch it. Watch this real quick. Now, oh, I'm not sharing it. Let me share. Thank you guys for joining. Maybe this is a perspective you guys haven't heard before or something, but I just want to put it out there. Why does it appear to me that Brian Kohlberger is being followed? Hang on, it's loading. Come on, Wi-Fi. Do your thing. Sorry, guys, it's loading. Let me see what chat is saying. When he applied, in my opinion, they saw him as danger to their dirty ways. Even when he was at the DMV, Amy, have you watched the footage of him at the DMV? Even when he's at that DMV, that small DMV, don't you think there's way too many people in there? Like, I was watching everyone that walked in. And then in my mind, I'm like, okay, so this is why he was wearing the gloves. He's smart. He's intelligent. He studied criminology. Perhaps he is just wearing the gloves for this. Maybe he called his dad. And said, hey, something's going on. Instead of taking the flight back home, he's like, Dad, let's just take the trip. He drove cross country back to Pennsylvania in his car because he had a feeling that something was not right. This is what I'm starting to think.
Yes. And Mr. Koberg, you understand that by entering the guilty plea in this case, you would be giving up your right to appeal any decision this court made, as well as your sentence. Yes.
Let's talk about what's trending in true crime, shall we? There is brand new video footage of Bryan Kohberger's movements just hours after he murdered those 4 University of Idaho students. He's seen on security video trying to gain access to a Costco store. Look at this, but he's refused entry because he's not a member. Now, this is in Clarkston, Washington, which is about 20 miles from Moscow, Idaho, where the murders happened.
We're going to play this on mute, right? And we're going to slow it down. Because, I swear to God, just as the DMV footage, similar to the DMV footage, it's like a simulation. Now, I don't know. I noticed everyone kind of had a role here. Everyone had a role here. They knew their role. They had their station. There were stations where they had to be stationed and were told to be stationed. And I believe, in my opinion, I am just speculating here. I believe that their goal, their operation, their operation was to gather his DNA. I believe they were sent there to pick up his DNA. I believe he was followed there. And he may have sensed it. He may have sensed it because I will show you how he was looking at someone. Ready? I can't get over this. This one. Now, when you're collecting DNA, I'm assuming it has to be, right? Like special treatment, special handling, right? What is this girl holding? Are those gloves? What is she holding? Are those gloves? Okay. Look at this, right? Right? You know this sign. Everyone knows this sign, right? This person, I think, was hoping that Bryan Kohberger had a Costco card. I am speculating. I believe that this person possibly was hoping that Bryan Kohberger had a Costco card so that when the Costco card is handed over to her, I don't know. I'll think that out later. But watch this. Oh, she's blurred. Okay, this is the blurred one. There's... Now, watch what's happening over here. Ready? You see how she's coming with the trash? What is that, a limp? Gimp? Same over here. Right? Now, watch these other people too. It's like a simulation, I swear. He shows his card, right? Okay, cool. Phone in hands. Right? Okay. Okay, here we go. This is the one. All right. So, first of all, there's people here with a trash bag. Okay. Something happening here, back here, right? Okay. Why are they taking trash? I'm so confused with what's happening here. Why does his chest look like he's like, huh? Is this Brian Kohlberger now? Now, like, is this Brian Kohlberger literally? I don't mean to be. I don't mean to be conspiracy theorists. Honestly, but are we 100% sure that's him? Because I'm sorry. The photos I've seen of him, he's a lot thinner than this. And I see he has like, it looks like he's got some weight on him. Is this really Brian Kohlberger? I'm honestly asking. What the hell? This couple right here is so suspicious to me. I mean, everyone is here because honestly, what's happening? And then they're trying to say this is Brian's car. No, 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 that's not Brian's car. No, no. Are you serious? Are you serious? That's him? Whatever. I don't believe it. I don't. Let's try this one. Maybe it's.
Well, he takes another.
Like, what is she doing over here, right? Look at those feet. So big feet, right? Excuse me. Okay. You know who this girl looks like? The one that is standing at the grub truck. In my opinion, allegedly, that's the chick that I see. Doesn't it look like he's wearing a vest? I was like, is Brian Kohlberger aware that he's being watched and followed? It's quite possible that he felt like something was happening, right? Anyway, so this person here looks like the person that's at the grub truck, in my opinion. And that person looks like she never, like, watch, let me try and back it up a little bit. There she goes. Okay. Blonde hair girl, right? pink gloves or something. She's holding on to something here. Checkered button down. Okay. Then they talk for a bit, whatever. Like, yeah, it does look like he's wearing some type of vest or something. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know. But that doesn't look, and then this person here comes. She has her Costco name tag and everything, like, just so you know, I work here, right? She's coming, but she's limping. And this girl wants, I don't know, she tells her something, okay? She says, oh, back there, okay? Brian's like, what's happening back here? Like, what's going on back here? He locks into something happening over there. Which in my opinion, it's the couple that came in before him. I'm going to show you. I think that's who he was looking at. Watch. Look, he's locked into someone. Was he trying to play detective? Was he trying to figure out what was happening himself? Was he sent there for a reason? How much does Brian know is what I want to know. Okay. He was locked into those people, which I'm going to show you. Now he's back. He's back. Okay. And look, they're doing something. Her whole elbows are back here. Do you see that? So whatever she's doing is like this, okay? Like I'm just showing you there's something back here going on. And then, okay, this one I never really watched, but so he later goes to this store. Now, a person that is, this doesn't seem like a person that's guilty to me, though. Like, you just did all of these unalivings, right? The night before, and you're just out here grocery shopping. No, I can't see that. I can't comprehend that, but I guess I'm not, a serial killer, so I will not comprehend that. But let's see what we see here. Look, it even looks like literally that he's protected. Now, if he has some type of protection to me, then he's got to know something. He's got to know he's either being watched or followed. Why else will you be protected? You're either being watched, followed, or something. Why else will you wear protection? I'm sorry. That looks like he's wearing something. Look at guys, look. Is this Brian Kohlberger? Is this him or is this made up? Anyway. And then we have, of course, this is what they want to show us, right?
Showing that Hyundai Elantra where he changed the license plate at a neighbor's the video footage showed him stop.
Like in what right mind someone's gonna be like, got you. I can identify you by watching this video. I can identify who you are by simply watching this video. In what world?
Neighbors nearby, a neighbor's surveillance footage.
Like, in what world? How are you going to identify someone without this, without knowing who's behind the wheel? Redman, I believe it. I believe it. Even the way he was walking, like, it wasn't like a comfortable walk. He was walking out like, you know what I mean? He probably knew the cameras were right there watching him. I would really be curious to know if he actually has a Costco card at the time and he decided after he felt like he was being followed not to show it just so he boom, bing bong, bing bong, Redman. That's something I haven't thought about. What if he did have one, but he didn't want to give it? He wears gloves for a reason. He's protected for a reason. What if, right? That's very possible. And Amy, you saw how like she got rid, there was nothing in that trash bag. There was nothing in that trash bag. It was an empty trash bag. So it'd be very much easy. It'd be super easy if once he threw that bottle out, boom, cover it in a bag, right? I don't know. This is crazy. But anyway, watch this.
There, I can get it out. Showed him stopping at the home where the students were. And ultimately, he was parked there for a short period of time before it left. And now there's more videos showing that him driving around, numerous clips taken by surveillance
That is a super long car. That is not
cameras throughout the route to and from the crime scene, showing what appears to be his Elantra in various locations before.
It's incredible. How to frame someone for murder should be the title of this episode. How do you frame someone for murder? Look at all these lights lit up.
And after the murders. This is the movements of that night.
All right. So one other thing. All right, we did that. I'm going to stop sharing. Let's move on to Adam's interview. Let's go to Connor's channel. Let's do this interview because it will tie in what we discussed at the beginning of this show. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for being here. Hit the like, subscribe. All right, let me share my screen. We're going to get into this. I'm going to turn the light on because I'm a bit blurry. Hold on. Okay. Hi, guys. Thank you for joining. All right, so we're going to move on to Connor's channel. Thank you, Connor 8. Thank you. Thank you, Connor. I appreciate you. I'm going to share my screen. Again, give Connor 8 a follow. I will link him to the description box so that you can watch this. I'm going to try something new. I'm going to actually try this, playing it without many interruptions, because I know you guys don't like that. Amy, I'm trying to get to you too. I want to also try and get to that that video you tagged me on by Tommy Jude. I'm trying to get to that. 1 second. because I think that video is very important. That video was, oof, my God. So we'll do that video at the end. But one second, I see it. Amy, here we go. Amy. I'm trying to see how I can't even add you as a moderator. Like, this is so stupid. It doesn't make it easier for you. Here we go. It's coming up. Here we go. Yes, yes, yes. So this one, I'm going to have this one queued up for later. Okay. All right. Let's go to Connor's interview. Sorry, guys. I don't know what happened. We're looking for Adam's interview is what we're looking for. Here we go. See, you guys, I haven't listened to it. What's wrong with me?
This is Detective Chris Pohanka.
What kind of detective am I? I haven't what kind of detective am I? I haven't even played Adam's interview. All right, bro. Okay, we're going to do it. Now, Adam was the bartender, okay? This is the Adam that you hear Maddie and Kaylee talk about as they're walking towards the grub truck, where Kaylee says, Maddie, what'd you tell Adam? And then Maddie says, I told Adam everything. And then shortly, a couple hours later, possibly 2 hours, they're unalived. So let's hear what Adam has to say. Now, this detective interviewing him, Amy, thank you. This detective is a narcotic detective. It's not, it's an ISP narcotic detective, according to Amy. So it's a little strange that the detectives on this case are not interviewing him. Right? So let's play it.
I'm Sergeant Dave Cortez. Date is November 18th, about 11:55 in the morning. And we are with...
I just also want to add that he's roommates with Jack Jacor. Very important. Just adding some context. I won't pause it again. Okay.
What's your last name? Okay. And we will start the recording as well as the interview.
So basically, your name came up because I guess you're friends with, is that right? You know pretty well.
Yeah, he's my roommate.
He's your roommate? Okay. How well did you know the victims of the homicide?
I've known Kaylee since freshman year. She's in the same pledge class as me. So just like hanging out with her periodically throughout the last 4 years. Been to her house in Coeur d'Alene one time, and then I knew Xana, not as well as Kaylee, but pretty well over the last 2 years. She was up there over the summer, and I stayed in Moscow over the summer, so we hung out a couple times. But I knew Maddie just because we were in the same pledge class. I didn't like hang out with her a whole lot, but yeah.
Okay. And then from what we understand, Kaylee and were dating before?
Yeah, so they've been dating since high school, and kind of on and off. I think they broke up like twice between that time frame. I'm pretty sure they broke up because she accepted a job in Dallas, so they were just kind of settling things before she left after semester.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How long ago did they break up?
I think 2 months ago.
A couple months. All right.
Yeah. I don't know for sure, but that's kind of the estimate.
Okay.
what I have. Yeah.
All right. And then, so you knew Kaylee pretty well, and Maddie, it sounds like. Do you know if there was anybody that, you know, was angry with Kaylee, or did you ever talk to her about, you know, her having possibly a stalker or anything like that? You know, was there anybody that she had ever mentioned that, you know, kind of gave her bad vibes, or, you know, that might want to hurt her?
Nothing that I've heard at all from her. I know some girls said that there might. Have you guys heard of some walking out of Winco? Someone following her a couple months ago.
No.
Several people say the same thing. Several people with the same story about Winco stalker, right? Now, when you see several people saying the same thing, you have to question whether or not this is a tale, a tale that they're telling each other, right? So we don't know if this is factual. I honestly wish that there was footage of these girls in Winco. And now it's 2020. Do they keep footage so many years? You know, did the detectives even go that route? Did the detectives try and gather footage from Winco to see if they're able to validate this information, right? Because how do you validate that they're telling you the truth, that whatever they're stating is factual? So you have to do your homework and your research. Let's continue.
Yeah, so I don't know anything about this. I just heard this from some of her friends that she might have had someone following her out of Winco, like directly behind her into her car. And then I don't know if they heard anything else about that, but I could give you a number of someone who knows more.
Yeah, Amy, because 2 months would be better than saying 3 weeks. So I think he's in a way. And why even lie about that? First off, let's start there. Why even lie about the breakup, the length, you know, how long they've been broken up? Why lie about that, right? First off. Secondly, 2 months. Oh, okay. So you're trying to help out your boy Jack Decor, and you're making it seem as though it's been a while. It's been a while. It's been more than a month. It's been 2 months. So who knows what's correct and what's not, right? That's JD lying about why they broke up to his mates. I think the guy following her was set up by JD. He wanted to be a protector. Tanel, thank you for joining my channel. I know it's your opinion, of course, but when you're saying you think that the guy following her was set up, are you talking about Jack Showalter, by the way? I'm just curious.
More about that.
Who, what friends? Yeah.
Her sorority sisters.
Oh, the sisters?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone in specific?
I heard that from, I think she gave some statements the day of.
Do you have her phone number?
I think I do.
All right.
She's down in California now.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see if I can pull it up.
So did this person that followed her out of Winco, was he a student up there, or?
I honestly don't know really any details about it. They just kind of told me that story. If you want to write that down, that's your phone number. Yeah, but that seems to be something kind of serious. I don't know. Something you need to know about at least.
Definitely deserves looking into. We'll talk about that and get the story from her. Maybe she's got some more details, you know, about it. When was the last time that you saw Kaylee?
So I work at the, so it was that night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I saw her and Maddie leave, and was leaving with them, and then that was the last time I saw them.
Okay. So you saw them all night, basically. They were hanging out. And having a little good time, and then they took off, and that's the last time you saw them?
Yeah, they said they were going to John's Alley. They're trying to get some of my friends to go over there with them, but they didn't end up going. And then
Okay, let's go back. I'm so sorry I missed this, but I want to hear what he says after when he sees Kaylee and Maddie leave the corner club. 1 second.
But they didn't end up going, and then they just went over there.
All right. Had they been anywhere before they showed up to the corner club, partying, or because I know there was a football game going on that weekend, and there was like Wazoo had a football game too. So it sounds like the town was, hopping.
Yeah.
So do you know if they were partying somewhere beforehand, or?
I didn't hear of anything specifically about them. I was working over it, and then I came to work after that, so I wasn't really talking to any friends or anything.
Okay. Gotcha.
What do you do?
I work for the.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, right on. And then, did you know? What was it Xana? Is that how you say her name? Or Xana? Did you know Xana and Ethan very well at all?
I knew.
The disrespect to these victims are. What aren't they parents doing? I wish the parents would sue the Moscow Police Department, sue everyone. Look how they can't even say the victims' names correctly. Granted, I thought it was Zaina at first too, like back when I did a video, like way back. But I'm not a freaking detective. Really? Like, show some respect. These detectives are awful.
I knew Xana just from like going to parties and stuff and just talking to her there, but I didn't really know her like on a personal basis. Really, we hung out a couple of times over the summer. I went over there and barbecued and stuff. Because me stayed up over the summer, but other than that, nothing. I didn't really know her that personally, and I knew Ethan just based off of like fraternity stuff. Like I tried to recruit him.
Oh, okay.
When we were. That'd be my junior year, his freshman year.
All right. Which frat was he in?
Sigma Chi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know, had you heard anything? I'm sure you would have mentioned it, but I got to ask, have you heard anything of anybody wanting to target them or would have been mad at them or like a jealous person that might have wanted to harm?
Any one of them.
Yeah. Anything helps at this point.
We've been trying to like figure that out since we heard the news. Like we really have no idea. They're all really nice people, so just nothing comes to mind.
Okay. And you never heard them mention like somebody, poking around their place or, somebody watching their house or anything suspicious like that.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing like that. Okay. What's his personality like? I mean, where I'm going is, do you think that he could have, gotten jealous because he was at the corner club that night and maybe saw her and,
Yeah.
I mean, does he strike you as somebody that might, want to harm her?
No, he loved her. He thought he was gonna marry her. Like they had a great relationship, even when they were not together. Like he's one of like the calmest, like kindest people.
Okay.
That's just what I know of him. I mean, I've known him for the last 4 years. I've lived with him this last semester. So.
Mm-hmm. Does he have? Is he like an outdoorsy guy at all, or?
Wow, 4 years. 4 years. They've lived together for 4 years. So if they've been together for 4 years, he knows Kaylee very well because that's his roommate's girlfriend. He's got to know Kaylee very well. If he's been roomies with Jack DeCourt for 4 years, right? Okay. And the way he is talking, for example, he says things like, he refers to them as those people. He's so detached. He's so detached from them. That is crazy. Jack was 26 in 2022. Damn. Holy shit. In the beginning, all 4 parents did file a suit for improper investigation. It had a year expectation and expired. None of them refiled, suing wrong entity. They're suing WSU now. They're suing WSU now for sure. He was older than Kaylee. Oh my God. Okay, let's go back here. Because he said, we've been trying to figure that out. Like, was he playing detectives with Jack DeCore? Like, who is he playing detectives with? He said, we're trying to figure that out. What you mean you're trying to figure that out? Like, what? What type of response is that?
Yeah, but that seems to be something kind of serious. I don't know, something you guys need to know about at least.
Definitely deserves looking into. We'll talk about that and get the story from her. Maybe she's got some more details, about it. When was the last time that you saw Kaylee?
So I work at the, so
Okay.
it was that night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I saw her and Maddie leave and was leaving with them. And then that was the last time.
I'm assuming he said Jack Showalter leaving with them, right? I mean, could it be Jack DeCore leaving with them? I don't know, but we can't tell. It's important and part of the information. We want to know who Adam saw them leave with, or even is there footage of the corner club watching, not that stupid fucking redacted shit, but
I saw him.
Okay. So you saw them all night, basically. They were hanging out.
okay, he says they saw them all night. Basically, they were hanging out. Cool.
Having a little good time, and then they took off, and that's the last time you saw them.
Yeah, they said they were going to John's Alley. They're trying to get some.
So they said they were going to John's Alley, but they ended up at the grub truck. Unless did they go? That's I've been asking this forever. I think others have too. Did they ever go to John's Alley? Like, simple question. Does anyone know?
My friends to go over there with them, but they didn't end up going. And then
he says but they didn't end up going.
They just went over.
All right. Had they been anywhere before they showed up to the corner club, partying, or because I know there was a football game going on that weekend, and there was like Wazoo had a football game too. So it sounds like the town was hopping. Yeah. So do you know if they were partying somewhere beforehand or?
I didn't hear of anything specifically about them. I was working over it, and then I came to work after that, so I wasn't really talking to any friends or anything.
Okay. Gotcha.
What do you do?
I work for the.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, right on. And then, did you know? What was it Xana? Is that how you say her name? Or Xana? Did you know Xana and Ethan very well at all?
I knew Xana just from like going to parties and stuff and just talking to her there, but I didn't really know her like on a personal basis really. We hung out a couple of times over the summer. I went over there and barbecued and stuff because we stayed up over the summer, but other than that, nothing. I didn't really know her that personally. And I knew Ethan just based off of like fraternity stuff. Like I tried to recruit him when we were that'd be my junior year, his freshman year.
All right. Which frat was he in?
Sigma Chi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know, had you heard anything? I'm sure you would have mentioned it, but I got to ask, have you heard anything of anybody wanting to target them or would have been mad at them or like a jealous person that might have wanted to harm?
Any one of them.
Yeah. Anything helps at this point.
We've been trying to like figure that out since we heard the news. Like, what I have, yeah.
All right. And then, so you knew Kaylee pretty well, and Maddie, it sounds like. Do you know if there was anybody that was angry with Kaylee, or did you ever talk to her about her having possibly a stalker or anything like that? Was there anybody that?
You know why he's saying this about Kaylee? Because of her injuries. That's why they're asking these questions, because the way she the way, I won't talk about this here, but her injuries appeared to be of someone that wanted revenge, was out to get her. Hate. Definitely a passion killing. And I can see why these questions are being asked.
That she had ever mentioned that, kind of gave her bad vibes or, that might want to hurt her?
Nothing that I've heard at all from her. I know some girls said that there might. Have you guys heard of some walking out of Winco, someone following her a couple months ago?
No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so,
I mean, they were ready. They were ready with this information. I mean, once the detectives ask you if you knew if Katie was the target, if the detectives ask this, your answer is going to be this. For question A, your answer will be etc. I believe that this Winco stalker bullshit is the response him and many have given. Once law enforcement starts digging in and asking, who do you think did this? Who do you think did this? Their answer immediately goes to the Winco stalker. It's bullshit. It's bullshit to me.
I don't know anything about this. I just heard this from some of her friends that she might have had someone following her out of Winco, like directly behind her into her car. And then I don't know if they heard anything else about that, but I could give you a number of someone who knows more about that.
What friends? Yeah.
Her sorority sisters.
Oh, the sisters?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone in specific?
I heard that from, I think she gave some statements the day of.
Do you have her phone number?
I heard that from, she gave statements the day of. So now we know it's a word of mouth. You're just saying this because you heard it. You're just saying this because you heard it. It's not true. So they were all prepared. They were all prepared with this response, in my opinion. Get out of the trash. No.
I think I do.
All right.
She's down in California now.
Okay.
Okay.
She's down in California right now. I wonder who that is.
Let's see if I can pull it up.
So did this person that followed her out of Winco, was he a student up there, or?
I honestly don't know really any.
He doesn't know. Like, why are you providing this information if it's a rumor? Like, you heard it from someone. It's not, you know what I mean? Like, why are you providing this information? Well, duh, we know why. Clearly we know why.
Details about it. They just kind of told me that story. If you want to write that down, that's your phone number. Yeah, but that seems to be something kind of serious. I don't know. Something you guys need to know about at least.
Definitely deserves looking into.
Wait, something kind of serious. For something you know nothing about, that's something serious, but you know nothing about it. So make that make sense, my guy. For something so serious you know shit about. How?
About that.
Dike.
And get the story from her. And maybe she's got some more details, about it. When was the last time that you saw Kaylee?
So I work at the. So it was that night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I saw her and Maddie leave, and was leaving with them, and then that was the last time I saw him.
Okay. So you saw them all night, basically. They were hanging out and having a little good time, and then they took off, and that's the last time you saw them.
Yeah, they said they were going to John's Alley. They're trying to get some of my friends to go over there with them, but they didn't end up going, and then they just went over there.
All right. Had they been anywhere before they showed up to the corner club, partying, or because I know there was a football game going on that weekend, and there was like Wazoo had a football game too. So it sounds like the town was hopping.
Yeah.
So do you know if they were partying somewhere beforehand, or?
I didn't hear of anything specifically about them. I was working over it, and then I came to work after that, so I wasn't really talking to any friends or anything.
Okay. Gotcha.
What do you do?
I work for the.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, right on. And then, did you know? What was it Xana? Is that how you say her name? Or Xana?
Xana.
Did you know Xana and Ethan very well?
I have a question.
I knew Xana just from like going to parties and stuff and just talking to her there, but I didn't really know her like on a personal basis. Really, we hung out a couple times over the summer. I went over there and barbecued and stuff. Because me stayed up over the summer, but other than that, nothing. I didn't really know her that personally, and I knew Ethan just based off of like fraternity stuff. Like I tried to recruit him.
Oh, okay.
When we were, that'd be my junior year, his freshman year.
All right. Which frat was he in?
Sigma Chi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know? Had you heard anything? I'm sure you would have mentioned it, but I gotta ask. You know, have you heard anything of anybody wanting to target them, or would have been mad at them, or like a jealous person that might have wanted to harm?
Any one of them.
Yeah, I mean, anything helps at this point.
We've been trying to like figure that out since we heard the news. Like we really have no idea. They're all really nice people, so just nothing comes to mind.
Okay. And you never heard them mention like somebody, you know, poking around their place, or, you know, somebody watching their house, or anything suspicious like that. Nothing like that. Okay. What's his personality like? I mean, where I'm going is, do you think that he could have, you know, gotten jealous because he was at the corner club that night and maybe saw her and, you know,
yeah.
I mean, does he strike you as somebody that might, you know, want to harm her?
He loved her. He thought he was gonna marry her. Like they had a great relationship, even when they were not together. Like he's one of like the calmest, like kindest people.
Okay.
That's just what I know of him. I mean, I've known him for the last 4 years. I've lived with him this last semester. So
does he have, is he like an outdoorsy guy at all, or?
He's into sports. He's a sports guy, not super outdoorsy, but.
Does he have any hunting equipment or camping gear up there?
I don't think so.
A knife? You ever seen him with a knife?
No.
Big knife? No, nothing like that. Okay.
So this was conducted November 18th. They were looking at Jack DeCour, weren't they? These questions are like they were looking into him, in my opinion. They're asking him questions like if he could have been the one, right? Kaylee didn't want to marry him. I think, Amy, I think the family really wanted Kaylee to be with him, because I read one of the very first articles out there. And Kaylee's mother says that they were going to get back together, that they were going to get married. And I thought it was conflicting with other information we were told that Kaylee was moving to Texas. So it's conflicting. We have a group of people saying that Kaylee is moving to Texas. Kaylee is moving to Texas. Then we have the family saying that they're going to get back together. I don't know. Maybe Jack DeCour was trying to get back with her. That's a possibility too. JD had everyone on board except Kaylee and Maddie and Xana and Ethan.
Is there anybody else that you think that we should talk to besides
the short
Ava?
sisters? Yeah.
I don't know. I gave the names and numbers of all my roommates to Agent Riggs.
Okay.
I don't think I've talked to everyone. No one really has any other information than kind of what I've said. So no name comes to mind right now.
Okay.
Well, is it okay if we have any other follow-up call you?
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure. Yeah.
Okay. Because I don't know if from this point on, if there's a need for us to come back. So, I mean, anything else could be over the phone.
Yeah.
If that's okay.
Yeah, that sounds good. Should I just save that number? That was.
That's going to be for a sergeant.
Yeah. Yeah,
That'll
you can
be
hold
his,
on
so
to
you
it.
can
Yeah.
hold on to that.
Anything that you hear or whatever, you know, feel free to call me and pass that along.
Okay.
You know, are you planning on staying home then for just Thanksgiving break? You going back up?
Yeah, I'll probably end up going back up just to finish out the semester after Thanksgiving break, but I'll be here until then.
Okay. Perfect. Ever made any comments to you, or you overheard him like say anything like, you know, suspicious, like
just anything,
you know, like how dare she, you know, or anything like that?
No, I've honestly never heard him say anything bad about
Wait. Hold on a second. How dare she? What? Hold on.
Anything like that?
No, I've honestly never heard him.
Or you overheard him like say anything like, you know.
Okay.
Perfect. Ever made any comments to you, or you overheard him like say anything like, you know, suspicious, like
just anything,
you know, like how dare she, you know, or anything like that?
No, I've honestly never heard him say anything bad about her. You know, so.
They're asking if Jack Jacour, if he's ever overheard Jack Jacour said something badly about Kaylee. I mean, everything points to this being a passion killing. I'd say for Kaylee, right? For Kaylee, because her face was brutally messed up. She was unrecognizable, right? So in my opinion here, again, the detectives are in this state of mind that they're wanting to know if it could possibly be Jack Jacour. From these questions, it sounds like the detectives were investigating Jack Jacour.
Yeah, I know he obviously has to be a suspect, like the ex-boyfriend type shit, but like honestly, there's like nothing that I could ever see.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, that's pretty much what we had.
Amy, I agree with you because real quick, how far was Dylan from Kaylee? Like, how far was that drive? Who took Dylan there? Because Dylan doesn't drive, right? So who would have taken Dylan to go see Kaylee, to invite Kaylee to come back to the house for what? Kaylee ain't dumb. Kaylee is not dumb. I wonder why she gave in. Was it for Maddie? I wonder if she went there because for Maddie, just to watch Maddie. I think Kaylee could smell how evil and rotten Dylan was. I think Kaylee sensed that. So that story is super strange to me. That right there doesn't make sense. The part of Dylan going to invite Kaylee, they're not friends like that. They're not girls like that. That part is super suspicious to me. Yes. Yes. Because Amy, I think they all did it, in my opinion, allegedly. This is my opinion. I think they all did it. Early came out that Dylan drove there. In what car? In what car? And also, you know what I was thinking about, Amy? Why did Ethan have two cars there? First of all, Ethan doesn't even live there. Why was Ethan's red Jeep there? And why was Ethan's family's black SUV there? Why did Ethan have two cars parked there? It makes no sense to me. And what car did Dylan drive in? Yeah, this is crazy, bro. All right, so let me stop sharing this one. We are going over to Tommy Jude. Okay, so Tommy Jude, you guys, I never rest in peace. I never had the opportunity to watch him. I never whatever. I never watched him. But stop digging in the trash, Astro. Sorry, guys. Okay, so we're going to go to that interview. I'm sorry, not interview. I'm going to show you guys something I saw. Let's go to Tommy Jude. 1 second. All right, you guys, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Okay, here we go. We're going to watch this because there are some things that are said here that I think are pertinent to what I've discussed in my earlier videos. So I am going to share this, you guys. Okay, Ethan Jeep was broke. Hunter Chapin Explorer. How was Ethan Jeep's? How was it broke? If don't we see someone coming for it? Isn't there footage of someone coming for the cars and driving away with it? So what do you mean by it was broke? That I don't get it. But hi, Laura. Thank you. Thank you for joining. All right, so here we go. Let's do this. Share screen. We're going to Tommy Jude because he has done amazing here. Ready? Oh, battery or starter. Interesting, Laura. If that's the case, then in the video, wouldn't you say that they tried starting the Jeep before pulling out? If someone can actually get into that Jeep. No. I know they towed the cars. But there's footage of the families coming to pick up the vehicles. I don't know if you've seen that. There's footage of the families picking up the vehicles. So, and they drive away with them. So, if you're saying that Ethan's Jeep was broke, then there's got to be footage. Then there has to be footage of someone freaking turning on the car, right? Allegedly, right? But that's not what I see. I see everyone just driving away with the cars. So I don't know. Possible, maybe. Okay, so now we're going to Tommy Jude. Now, this is labeled Reflections of Murder Part 3. Amy, thank you, Amy, for sharing this with me. There's some things that I want to point out, but I don't want to watch like the whole thing with you guys. I don't think that's fair. Go on to his channel, Once Upon a Crime. I don't know who's moderating that channel, but you can go on there and check out his stuff. But what I wanted to do was 1 second. My dog is out of control right now. Okay. So I don't know, Laurette. I gotta watch it. That's a good comment. Good observation, though, Laura. That's a very good observation. All right, let's go. Let's do this. We're going to the following timestamp. Let me pull the timestamp so that we're not watching the whole thing, right? I want to thank everyone that's joined my live today, discussing the Idaho 4. I love this community. Everyone's just putting their brains together. I mean, I can't even imagine how many people. It's just the energy, the passion of everyone wanting to know what happened that is keeping this case alive. And it's not even the families. I'm sorry to say, it's not even the families wanting this case to be. They don't want this case out in the open. I don't know why, but it's all of you. It's you. It's all of us. Um, So let me go there. Give me 1 second, because I took um, timestamps so that we're not watching the entire video, only specific parts that I wanted to zone in on. 1 second. Here we go. I found it. Yes. Thank you, Lord. Okay. Here we go. I found it. So we're going to start. What timestamp is this? Oh, this is something. This is something I'm going to tell you right now. The timestamp on this is trigger warning. Trigger warning. 57:55. Trigger warning. All right. We're going to see some stuff. We're obviously not going to make out some things that are happening in the shadows, but not everyone can see it, but there's something, there's movement. Let's play this. Okay. Again, rest in peace, Tommy Jude. Oh my God, I want to spark one with him right now, honestly. Rest in peace. Thank you, thank you, thank you for allowing God to use you as a vessel, so that we can discuss this case and bring justice to the families.
Keep watching and just watch this whole thing, because it takes a trained eye. When I come back, and I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna look at chat, and I'm gonna finally see what you guys are saying. If you see or not see or not.
I mean, I clearly see right here. I clearly see someone here in a robe. Okay? This is a face right here. You see this? That's a face. Let's continue. So I made out one face here and another here so far. I see 1, I see 2, and I see 3. I don't know if that's a person or a light now. I see 1 in a robe. You see this? That's a robe, this person. Okay.
You see that going on, guys? Oh, and here, look at that. You can see it happen.
When he said, look at that, you see, I see movement. I can't physically see what it is, but I see movement right there. Watch.
See the motions. Watch those motions. I'm going to want to see what you've seen. There's going to be varying opinions. I expect it.
Yeah, for sure. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? That's what we're seeing. We're seeing the reflection. Tommy, you're a genius. Tommy Jude, you're a genius. What we're watching here is the reflection of that vehicle, which means there are things happening over here. Okay. It's over here.
Okay.
So that was that.
Let's
Now we're going to move on to the next timestamp. I wanted to show you something else. Hold on. Right? So we clearly know, we know, we hear audio in Linda Lane. There's a struggle. There's something happening there. Not only do we hear it, we can make out movements. Now I'm going to fast forward to, let's look at this timestamp. 105:55. 105:55. Okay, 105:55. I love fives. 105:55. Okay, let's
I'm
play.
going to move this over so maybe I can see some chat here. Thank you, Alba. Can you see this guy here? Standing here? Looks like he's got a coat on. There's his ear right here. And he's facing the opposite way. Let me know if you see this guy. All right, Katie sees him. And Mystic sees him. Now this, again, is off a reflection. It's just that she added some filters to it so it would bring it out a little bit of what we're seeing. I seen it right out the bat without even any filters. It was like, that's a guy, that's a dude standing right there, leaning. But she added some filters into it so you can actually see him. His arm is behind the back. You see that? Arm is behind the back. Right? Yeah, everybody pretty much sees that one. I kind of thought you would. Well, see, that's telling you that there is people there. There is people there, and what we're seeing isn't like make believe. It's real. It's real as fuck. And I'm telling you that right now. It's real as fuck. Everything is. Everything that was. We wouldn't even put it out there if it wasn't. If it was something that I couldn't stand behind, I wouldn't put it out there. And there is stuff that I can't. That I couldn't stand behind. You know what I mean? There's pictures. I
think
Katie sees them, and Mystic sees them.
Hi, I think I'm gonna rewind this a bit because I want you to hear what Tommy Jude's saying
Explain
here.
until you start seeing it. Yeah.
Okay.
Magical eye. That's that way, the opposite way. Can you see this? I'm going to move this over so maybe I can see some chat here. Thank you, Albo. Can you see this guy here? Fix that up.
I'm gonna link him to the
How many pictures I got?
box because I'm seeing and I'm noticing it's blurry on my end. I honestly don't want to ruin this, ruin his live stream. So I'm gonna link it, but I did a screen grab. What I did, I took his video and I did a screen grab and I zoomed into it myself. I see it too. I see it too, Tommy. So now I'm gonna take you to this part. This is the other part. This one. This one's bad. This one's really bad. Yeah, this 113 trigger warning, 113.21. Trigger warning here. 113. Okay. Ready? Trigger warning.
All right. To discuss this picture. I've shown this once. I'm showing it again. Some people say there's two. Okay. That there's two bodies here. You can see the head of this one. And of course you can see the red. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to say what it is. Some people say there's another one here. And that there's one over here.
Let me know what you guys think in chat.
And that there
In my opinion, I'm gonna be honest because I heard Maybut in an interview. Maybut states that when she walked in, the way she expressed it. In this interview, I'm gonna have to pull it up and look and dig into it for the next live stream. In an interview, Maybut, who is the medical examiner, the way she responds to a question, I got the impression that they were all found together. I got the impression that they were all discovered together. Does that make sense? I'm going to look for that interview, but that's the impression I got. So if that's true, and now that I'm looking at this, it's more than two. Tommy Jude, I agree. It's more than two here. It's more than two here. It could have been, in my opinion, they were wrapped in plastic floor covering that was in 1122 Paint Supplies house to be painted over break. Amy, I don't know if you caught one of my TikToks about this or videos or whatever, but I had a feeling there was paint involved because you see like white stuff and it's not snow. I think it's not snow. You see like white things all over the cement area, like parking lot area of the house, you even see scraps of little white particles in their car, inside their cars. So that was very interesting to me, because I'm like, what? Like, what was painted here, right? Carrying dead bodies is dead weight, but had lots, guys, they put in truck, in my opinion. There was a lot of help. There was a lot of help. Brian Kohlberger didn't just walk into this house and boom, 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 stabbed everyone in 8 minutes. My respect to the victims and families. But he didn't just walk in there, waltz right in his own vehicle that, you know, he even went on to register under his name. He went on to register this vehicle that was at the night of the murders. He went on to register under his name. Why would he do that? Why would you do that? You just committed a crime. It doesn't make sense. You'd be hiding. You'd leave that same night. You wouldn't stay. It just doesn't make sense to me. I'm going to take this picture out. I'm sorry, you guys.
There's 4 altogether.
Look what Tommy sees. Look what he just said.
I've shown this once. I'm showing it again. Some people say there's 2. Okay, if there's two bodies here, you can see the head of this one, and of course you can see the red. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to say what it is. Some people say there's another one here, and that there's one over here, and that there's 4 altogether.
I believe, Tommy Drew, I believe that they were all together. I believe they were just put there all and laid them out right there. I think they were possibly staged. Oh my God, Lord Jesus. Okay. I think I'm going to end the show on that note. Rest in peace to Tommy Jude and all the efforts that you have made in this case, Tommy Jude, and that your efforts are not going. What I'm trying to say is that your memories and your investigations and all you put into this case is not going unnoticed, and it will continue to live on, and will continue to watch and read and understand and try and decipher your thoughts. So rest in peace to Tommy Jude. Amen. Amen, Tommy. R.I.P. I'm going to end this live. We kind of did a lot here today. We were all over the place, but somehow it all links, right? Thank you so much. I appreciate everyone for joining. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Senor, thank you. Thank you for joining. I just put out a video of the 1 a.m. guy walking around the house. Then 3 guys get dropped off. Can I play it? Senor, can I play it? Let me know. I want to play it. Jules, my love. Thank you. Kisses, kisses. Senor Wasowski. Oh my God. I got yeah, you're right. You know what? I'll watch it on my own because Josie's on a vacation far away. That one, I got a strike for that one. It was so good. Oh, Senor, quick question. That last video, Josie's video, who is the guy with the mustache? Can you? Is this sister? Oh shit! I'm gonna watch it after this. Senor, do you know who's with Josie's with the who is sitting with Josie at the very end of your video? Sister Christian, the time has come. Okay. I love that one. That's Ario Speedwagon, no? Maybe. Lyndon. Oh. I mean, I knew they were dating, but I didn't know. But thank you. Now I have a face to a name. I knew they were dating, but I didn't know if that was him in the photo, if that makes sense. Thank you, Senor. Sister Christian, the time has come. Yeah, that's REO Speedwagon. It has to be. I love those cheesy 80s songs. Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks. So I'm out of here. Peace out. Thank you, guys.